Hey guys, Mike G here, and welcome back to another discussion. And this one, we are going to revisit more Godzilla 2018, and we are going to discuss the long-awaiting King Ghidorah. Yes, or King Ghidorah, or whatever the hell you want to call him. But anyway, let's get back to the gist of things. So first things first, I'm going to give my thoughts. So, what I think of this, this is just awesome. This is the one I am most excited about. I cannot wait to see an American version of King Ghidorah and spectacular CGI. Just sounds so cool. So, yeah, you guys already know my thoughts on that. I'm really pumped about King Ghidorah. Like, oh my god. So, honestly, if it were me, if I were to take this monster, if I were to just tinker with him and do what I want, I would make him the threat. I would make him the biggest threat in the film. A lot of you guys have said this too. A lot of YouTubers have. They've said that King Ghidorah needs to be the threat of the film. And I 100% agree, because this is the arch enemy of Godzilla. And also, let's just be honest, in the Toho films, King Ghidorah, to me, wasn't the biggest threat ever, in my opinion. I always felt like King Ghidorah was equal to Godzilla, in a way. You know, like, I always thought Destroy Monsters was ridiculous. Now, I respect it. It showed a lot of monsters, but let's just say it now. They're just little cameos, and there was no point in it, because Ghidorah was just one monster against a whole bunch. And when Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra were able to take them on by themselves, I mean, come on. So, to me, honestly, I think the tide should turn with this film, where it's not that easy. You know, they have a really hard time with this guy, and basically, they fear him, you know, because he is like, he's kind of like the T-Rex of the kaiju universe, let's say. He's kind of like the T-Rex, how he or she is the Tyrant King, you know what I mean? So, to me, I think it'd be cool, and if, like, King Ghidorah was like the apex predator, that would be awesome. And I want him to be so destructive, so feared by everyone, that nothing can stop him. Or basically, now think of GMK, but instead of the GMK Godzilla, replace that with King Ghidorah. Basically, Ghidorah would play that GMK role. You know what I mean? Like that. That's how I would do it. Okay? That would be awesome. So, to me, that is probably the best route to go, is Ghidorah to be this threat. And you guys already know the origin, okay, that I came up with. You know, King Ghidorah, he's one of the first predators. He's like the most feared. He basically wiped out the Mothra species, and once Mothra comes up in the others, Ghidorah awakens, and the first one he goes after is Mothra. He chases her through the film, and later on she dies, or maybe during the battle, the triple threat, or the four-way battle, maybe Mothra dies during it. And then Mothra and Godzilla get involved, and they fight Ghidorah. Okay, so let's get to another thing a lot of people are going to ask. Hey, Mike, how big do you think he should be? What abilities? How should his combat be? What would you do with King Ghidorah? So what I would do is, I would definitely make him bigger than Godzilla, because King Ghidorah is bigger than Godzilla. I think it'd be ridiculous to make him the same size or smaller than Godzilla. So, yeah, I would make him bigger, obviously. Now, when it comes to his combat, I think, personally, if you're going to take a trait of an animal, because this kind of does tie into combat, you know how they took Godzilla and they resembled him to a bear? You know, they took bear traits with Godzilla, which worked. I think it would be really cool, and I know you guys are going to say, well, that works with Rodan, though. But honestly, I think an eagle, you know, those really big ones that kill wolves, I think that would be awesome for King Ghidorah, because I can see Ghidorah with talons and grabbing a monster and just slamming them to the ground. I can see that. I would definitely take eagle traits with King Ghidorah. This would make him a lot more fearsome, in my opinion. A lot more dangerous. I'm just saying, because birds are dangerous. A lot of people, when they think birds, they think of little bluebirds, but when you think of an eagle, you don't really think of them as like alpha predators. But in Russia, eagles kill wolves. Yeah, they kill wolves, so that's pretty awesome. Pretty crazy. So, I think that's the type of eagle or bird to represent, is one of those big, dangerous birds. I think that is a good idea. So, and since birds don't have arms as well, you know, they don't have arms, they have wings. Ghidorah doesn't have arms, he has wings. You know, they kind of mix in together very well. I also think Ghidorah will definitely use his heads biting, and I think he'll use his two tails. He'll definitely use his body weight to get on the enemy. You know, once he grabs them, he'll definitely stomp them down, just like he did to Mothra in Rebirth of Mothra. I think that'd be really cool to see. Yeah, I would definitely like to see that. And now we get to abilities. Now, I think there are two abilities they should add. Now, the first one is from a video game. Usually I don't do this, but I actually think this would work very well, is if Ghidorah had the ability to heal himself. Okay? Now, you know, like in Save the Earth, you know how he did that? Well, imagine if he did that in the film. That would be actually pretty cool in my opinion. And I also would give him breath, because if you're going to represent a monster that's a bigger threat than Godzilla, you can give him breath. And I actually wouldn't mind if he didn't have breath. I know a lot of you guys will disagree, but I wouldn't mind it because the healing factor itself is big enough. And plus, Ghidorah's size. I think healing factor is big. That's a big one. So, yeah, I would definitely do that. That's what I would do. So, yeah. Alright, let's talk about aliens, shall we? Now, Seven Eyes are one. You know, he's one of my subscribers, and he always mentions that there should be aliens, definitely. Aliens from outer space and spaceships and stuff. Every discussion he has involves aliens. And I respect his opinion, but I disagree. And it's not because I hate the idea, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of freaking aliens, okay? An alien route can be taken seriously and can be very grounded. The problem is that this is Gareth Edwards' point of view. He's not doing aliens at the point of this time. We don't really know what he's doing, but he's representing these monsters as animals, not aliens. So what I think you could do is you could take ETN's idea, because I like what he did. Have you guys watched that video? Go to Entertainment Talk Nation and find the one where he talks about what if Ghidorah was an alien. And he basically took the Showa origin and he modernized it, which was really cool. But I think the thing that should make him convinced in the film is to forget the fact that he's an alien. Even though you know he's an alien, but you kind of forget. And a good example is aliens. You know, the xenomorphs. The xenomorphs, yes, they were aliens, but you bought the fact that they were animals, you know. Muto, you know, yes, they weren't aliens. That's what they said anyway. But if they were, then you bought the fact that they were animals, even though they looked like aliens. So you can do that. Orga, yes, there was an alien spaceship and all that, but you bought the fact that he was an animal. So if you are going to bring spaceships and such, you should still make it seem like that you're buying the fact that these things are animals, though. So that's a good idea to take, or without the spaceships as well. It can work either way. So if he does go the alien route, I actually will be very surprised, and we'll just have to see how it works, because I don't know how much risk Gareth Edwards is going to take with these monsters or in the next film, but I think it'll definitely be very challenging. So, that's how I feel on King Ghidorah. How do you guys feel? Did you guys like this discussion? Next time when we come back this month, it will be Mechagearus. The next month we will have 2 more discussions on Godzilla 2018. Well, this month I might do a 2016 discussion just because. And, so, yeah. My G off your screen. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. See you guys soon.